Hello and welcome to Oakfield Farm. I'm Andrew of Border Farm Games, and today everything seems to be in good order. Because let me just tell you, the previous time I wanted to shoot a video for you, that turned out to be a complete disaster. Uh, because what happened is that I forgot to save after finishing the previous one, and so everything was just like before that quite longish video, and I had to do everything again, and it turned out only when I was way in the 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 current episode. So this is me doing it for the second time. Also, uh, what I have to do right now is some more grass work. How do you feel about it? I feel absolutely ready. And what's going to happen right now is that I'm going to jump into this bad boy, add the front hitch, fire him up, and we are picking up the mowers, the Splendimos, and we are going to do field 9 and 10, and I'm going to dry them out and turn them to hay. This is the first step on the way to total mixed ration, because in the previous video you could see almost live how it was running out. And now I have witnessed that horror twice. TMR running out. And currently there is no TMR. I show you, you see, no TMR. The cows are going to starve to death. Everything is in bad order. Now, putting all jokes aside, it's all fine. It won't be long before they get their nice amount of TMR. And in any and every other way, life slowly gets back to normal. Because weekend was quite funny for me. Aside from the failed attempt to shoot that video after all, I was pretty busy, because here in Hungary Sunday was a very special day for two reasons. One, it was Children's Day. In Hungary we celebrate Children's Day on the last Sunday of May, and that was it. Which means this Sunday is already June. Yay! Rainbow clap. Kids do that in school, sorry. So that was Children's Day, and also it was EU elections, EU parliamentary elections, and I was volunteering so it's been quite busy. I had to report at the room where I was assigned to attend the ballot, is it called, I think. It was a long time ago when I was studying things like that in English at the university. So anyway, I had to report at 5:30 in the morning, which is, let me tell you, devastating, absolutely devastating. And then the election went on from 6 in the morning until 19 block. Uh, Altogether there were wait a second. Yeah, 5 of us volunteers for counting the votes, and then there was a professional official, a notary who kept notes and made the paperwork work and everything, so that everything is fine. And that was quite a nice bunch, the people I've been with, but it was quite long and quite aggravated. So with counting the votes and making sure that everything gets up correctly, uh, and everything is documented properly, I got home at around 10ish, yeah. I mean, if you do things like that without getting political, I have no intention of getting political on this channel, God forbid. So if you're doing a work like that, it is in your best interest to count the votes very well, so that the mere hint of voters fraud is excluded. And while voting electronically with machines seems to be a fine way for that, I'm quite much in favor of the paper-based system that we have here in Hungary still, because everything happens there and then, and if it goes down among uh, honest and virtuous people, then it's much better, because it's much more difficult to tinker and play around with axes put down on a paper than virtual axes in a computer-based system. And in order to do this and to assure that there is no voters fraud, those who can volunteer for that have to be absolutely neutral and free of all sorts of interests. And this way it works just fine, I think. Now I won't comment on the end results of the voting, neither here in Hungary and nor globally in Europe. It is what it is. You're either happy about it or not. It's your own personal opinion, and you're absolutely entitled to it. But what I'm really happy about is that I wasn't there just for giggles. It was quite a good turnout. Like, the overall attendance was about 55% of all people eligible for voting in that district. That is quite good. From what I heard, that is way above the continental average, and it was quite significantly above the average turn up in the country as well. So I was happy that I spent my day, well, let's put it so that usefully. So this is the reason why I haven't done, this is one of the reasons why I haven't done tons of videos that I can churn out over the week, like I did last week. And the other one is, I said we celebrate International Kids Day on the last May, and because the school where I'm working was also locked down or reserved for ballot rooms or voting rooms, or how do you call these? I have no idea, sorry. So there was no way that we could celebrate kids day with the kids at school on Sunday, so we had to do it Saturday, and we did it in association with one of the community centers in town, and uh, they have uh, to arrange for a um, how to put it, so for a theater show for kids practically, um, and it was quite fun, and quite uh, much of the kids, or like I don't know, about 100 kids showed up. We have around 420 students at school, and like a quarter of them was there to see it. And uh, we were selling fruit syrup and chocolate and stuff like that, and the income went to the school foundation, so the foundation that helps the school run. So practically charity, if you like it, and it was quite a big success, and we were happy. Obviously, the attendance was for free, and it was absolutely open for anyone in town. But mostly it was our kids that showed up. Because when it comes to kids days and programs for that, competition is quite stiff, as you can imagine, among schools and community centers and all that. So yeah, that happened. I spent my Saturday afternoon there, and then I spent my whole Sunday with the EU elections. But now we are slowly getting back to normal. It's Monday evening right now, and I'm shooting the 5th episode of Oakfield Farm series, and then running with this wonderful Mercedes. And the anger went away that I felt when I realized that I was shooting for like 25 minutes in vain, because I had to interrupt it, and I was talking like a champion too about all sorts of things. I I don't remember why. It was a long time ago. Uh, it was on Friday in the evening. Uh, so for whatever reason, I was giving a lecture on Hungarian history. Um, yeah, I remember. I was talking about um, grass handling and baling technology that I used, and my experiences. Um, because I mentioned that I'm going to pull uh, the Massey Ferguson baler that I have on this map with this bad boy over here, and how easily it can yank it around. I already tried and tested it, and it worked just fine, that machine connection. I tried it over at Morgan Manor in the gameplay that I'm not doing videos on. Well, I will show that farm later on in this series, but I also tested it here because I had to cut the wheat on field 2 or 3 is it that I'm going to plant with grass, and there there was wheat. Yeah, I already mentioned. You see, I can't remember things that I said little few minutes ago. So of course I laid down spots. That is what is under the cows, and that is so practically that huge stack of bales that you can see over yonder beyond the cow field is that came off of that field. So I already tried, and I was using this machine and the baler, so it's tried and tested. Everything was just fine. And now we are pretty much where I stopped recording the previous time. I'm done with cutting these 2 fields. I'm putting the mowers back to their place, because otherwise I will be looking for them for 2 eternities the next time. Or better yet, I could move them over to the next field where I'm going to use them. And that's not bad. I mean, I don't have enough tractors to move everything that I need. And that's fine. I don't even want to. It's practically absolutely unreasonable. I mean, imagine you have a tractor for every single implement you've got. That's pretty much a waste of money and all sorts of resources, fuel and all that. So I'm going to migrate the equipment in steps, like I always do. And I guess pretty much everybody else does that. It's just fine. That's how things work. That's life, son. Okay, so let's see which one I'm going to turn into silage. Oh. I mean, I could do. I think I do the left hand side one. The one on the left will be. And then, if I don't need any other sort of working out, I mean any other type of processed grass, then I can do field. I don't remember the numbers anyway, and they are mixed around between 17 and 19. So the idea is to turn 7 to silage for the cows, and then if everything is fine, I could turn 6 and 5 to silage for the biogas plant, and then 35 is still there as a backup for raw grass and hay, and then so is 42. Okay, that's fine. And I really should put that grass in 2 and 8, because that would make life much more simple. We'll see when we get there. It will happen probably around the next century. Well, oh, okay, it won't detach if you don't select the univok was selected. Now let's pick up the tether. and do the tedding. Do the thing with the tedding. This is what's going to happen in about a minute or so. Yeah, fine. I mean, the other way is that I'm going to cut field 3. I think that's the number again for grass. Because if you remember, I picked up all the grass with my nice loading wagon, and practically gave it all to the cows, well, except for one load which I gave to the sheep. And right now the sheep are pretty well sorted out. It's the cows that need all sorts of things, because they are complicated animals. Oh well. Now we find out how well this Pettinger tether works. Not Pettinger, it's Pettinger. Like that, Pettinger. It's an Austrian company, isn't it? I think it is. Anyway, I think their products are awesome. At least in game they are. I suppose they ain't bad in real life either. I'm fairly convinced that if there is an enterprise, a venture that is making products that are not good, then it's going out of business in short order. Or at least that's supposed to be the way things work. Let's see what happens if I give it an axe which is unfolding. Okay, I have to... Oh, that's got a nice working width. I can live with that. It's already great. Okay, let's put it down and turn it on. Pan the camera out so that I can see what happens. And we're off. Yay! I have finally moved on from the point where I pretty angrily quit recording the other day. Now everything is dandy and fine. I'm happy. Also, if everything is right and time stays on my side, it should be, I'm going to move over to the DIY farm for a while, because one, I guess you already got bored with grasswork, so we have a nice little pause before, or a break, have a break, have a Kit Kat before doing the silage down on the other side of the farm. And there I'm currently harvesting wheat that was going wrong, because when I quit recording the video the other day, uh, I got angry and I loaded up that save and did some off-camera work, like I said I would do, and over the course of the last week I managed to drill both my fields over there with wheat, which was quite an aggravated task if you add the lime spreading, but I did that like a champion. And it also got ripe and I started harvest. And I also have a video which waits for editing about the previous harvest, and I have another one which is going to be the next episode before this harvest video comes, where I was baling up the oat field that I did over there. So there is quite a lot of stuff that could be going on over there as well, just fine. Also, I think I already love this tether. It's very awesome, if you can put it this way. Very awesome. Do we ever say things like that? I don't think so. Now I did. Here you go, I invented something for you. So yeah, it's a nice one. It's got like 3 times the working width of those that I usually use for starters, and then it's quite well maneuverable. It's just awesome. If you're considering a nice tether, then this is one for you. I mean, I haven't seen too much modded tethers just yet. I certainly do hope for the Crown tether that I used in 17 by BM modding. The very guys who are responsible for the Crown Ultima baler, which absolutely deserves to be popular. And believe it or not, this Unimog was already originally a BM modding product. I think first they did it for FS13, and then they converted it over and improved it pretty much for 15. And my love, my romance with this bad boy started in 15. I had this one literally on every single map that I played, and I used it for everything humanly possible. And then I was so happy to have it in 17. I also took hold of it in a quite adventurous way, because I was lazy to convert it over from scratch, and the widely spread version without the the transport plate, or how to put it. So it was well, it was problematic. It's back linkage was broken for some reason. And then I bumped into this one that I'm using currently, and that came from RD Allen. It was hidden among his multiplayer mods, albeit with quite a few funny problems. It was absolutely free of log errors, which is, as you can already remember, quite important for me. But there was a little bit of a problem with its vehicle type, description and all that good stuff, so I had to sort that out, and ever since that day it was working fine for me. The only function that I miss from the 17 version is that it was capable of using the what's its name, the straps. So you could put pallets on it and strap them down. I couldn't manage to do that in 19. That is something I owe to myself still. And also, since I was using interactive control to switch between 3-point linkage on the front and no 3-point linkage on the front, I also had the option to add a front weight or remove, and currently I have no free function to do that, so it is without that. It looked pretty cool when it was pulling carts, grain carts. On Hungarian themed maps I was running it with the HW carts, which you can find on ModHub. And I was practically, I did in classic Hungarian style with two tipper carts connected together. And back then it was only a 1600, and it was yanking them around mad. I mean, it's no surprise, because here in Hungary it's common knowledge that you can use an MTZ-80 or 82 to pull two of those carts full of grain. It's all fine, and those have, as you know, the MTZ, the Belarus MTZ-80 is called MTZ-80 because it's got 80 horsepowers, and then the MTZ-82 is called that because it's got 4-wheel drive. The MTZ-80 is 2-wheel drive, or MTZ. We are British. And in many smaller farms, family farms, those are the staple vehicles that are used for almost everything. even though young timer machines are taking place. And then you can find Western machines that are from the era of collective agricultural cultivation. Like, you know, Hungary has a communist past, and during that time agriculture was collectivized. All and everything was collective. No, that's not true. There were small pieces of land for personal use, but classic agricultural cultivation happened in collective efforts. And contrary to common knowledge, how to put it? So premium Western machinery was allowed to be imported from the early 70s. So class dominator combines, John Deere tractors, like the 4577 series are pretty much a common sight. The John Deere 4577 series here in Hungary, and they are the great majority of them, I would say, is from that period. So they were imported by the state, as well as the class dominator combines. Well, the 10585 series and the 86s and the 106s dominator series are from that era. From what I understand, very few 108s were imported before the end of the socialist state, before it was overthrown. Okay, so I think that we have the rake on the Fendt, and it's absolutely fine. We are going to use that one. But I guess, oh, these are free. They can run away if they feel like it. That's not good. Sean, are you there? What do you think of yourself, Sean? Now, anyway, so where was I? Yeah, so the rake is on the Fendt, and I'm going to use that. So fine, lovely new 724. But that is going to happen next time. I think it's time to say goodbye for now. So yeah, here it is. Thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Also check out my Facebook page. It's pretty empty without you. So yeah, you can find the link in the description. See you next time. Bye bye.